Here we are continuing with our last tutorial, that is appending the queries. Now here what I have done is I have one table that I have appended using all these different tables, right? In the previous tutorial we imported our data from CSV file, right? And we added one column, right, for states. Now then we did appending and created one new query with all the states over here. If I show you, so we have the data from all the tables with these different six states, right? So we have appended table over here. Now I will show you the difference between appending and merging. So I am going to my Excel sheet here. So we saw that we have multiple tables with the data of different states, right? So we have for example, we have three tables or more tables, right? So we have data from different states. For appending all the data from different states just like this, so I just wanted to have the data from all three different states in the sequential order in the form of single table. So I did appending in the last tutorial. So for example, now if I have zip code and the manager of my stores in different states, right? So we have this kind of data in different table. Now I want to show just like I have multiple zip codes over here and multiple zip codes over here. So I just want to have this manager over here in the same table. So what I will do over here, I will do merging over here, right? So this is the basic difference between appending and merging. In case of adding new column from a different table with common columns, right? These columns are common. So if I want to add a new column from a different table, right? So I will be using merge query. So this is what we are going to do, correct? Now the same example I am using over here, I will be adding one new source, same CSV file. I have manager table over here. I'll be importing this manager table. If you are new to this Power BI and don't know how to do merging, then you can check the previous video and you can see what is appending and how we can merge different tables. So I am going to open this file over here using the data. So I have this manager table. You will see we have a common column zip codes in manager and in all states, right? So my scenario is I will have to append one, I will have to create a new query, or in the existing one also we can do. So I want the managers from this column into my the data of this table, right, with all the states. So we have to go to home tab. Under the home tab we will see merge queries. So if I click on this merge query, we will see two options, merge queries and merge query as new. So if you go to merge queries, it will just add the new column in the existing table only, and if you go to merge queries as new, then it will create a new query for you, new table for you. So I have selected new one. Now I will select over here the new table, the table I want to use for adding the column. Now you have to select the common column. Let's say we have the zip code over here and the zip code over here. So I have selected the common columns, right, and use the join. You have the required joins. So this is the same kind of concept that we use in SQL, right? Same joins we are using here. So I have used outer join here. You can use the join as per your requirement and the kind of data you have, and just click on OK. Now it has created a new query for you with the same data, and it has added the complete manager table over here, right? Now to expand this table, you can go to this icon over here on the right side of this column. You can expand over here. It will have two options, expand and aggregate. So using aggregate, you will be adding the aggregate of that particular any of the two columns, right? Here I have to expand that, I have to add the whole column here. So I will check which column I need to add. As we have zip code already present in my data, so I will be unchecking zip codes and will be checking manager of stores and click on OK. It has added the manager of store column instead of that whole table. You can rename this column. You have to just select this column, then double click on it, and you can rename it. As I am only selecting manager of store, as of now this is showing you the table name dot column name, right? The table name dot column name. But here I am just taking the column name, so I'll be removing the table name dot here and press enter. So it has renamed the column. If you see here, state has like varchar type of data type. You can change it to text, right? Because the state name will be the text only. And you will see we have the query name as merge one. So here we'll be following the naming convention as we have already followed. Here EMT1360, and we have all states data and press enter. The query has been renamed. Okay, it has already exist. So all states data we can have, and press enter. We have this new query. Now we will see that all these all these queries, first six queries are in italic, and these are in normal font. That means the italic ones are loaded, a disabled load, right? It is not checked, enable load is not checked. That means the load is disabled for Power BI desktop. Now you can do the same thing for all states and manager table, because we have to load only this single all states data table, because we have all the data in this all states data table only. So we don't require the data from others table to be loaded into our software, right? So we can disable the load. To do it, you can just check the table, click on the table name, right click and click on enable load. So you will observe that this has been disabled, as the check mark is now gone away. You can do the same thing for here manager table. Now you can just to load this data into Power BI desktop, you can just go to home tab again and do close and apply. Now this will load the data or the changes we have made into our data. And the load time depends on the size of data you have, right? So it has loaded all the data, and you will see one table over here, right? And if you expand it, you will see all the columns here, correct? So here we have state column and we have manager of store column. So ideally we should have six states over here. So you can check from this table view and go to state. You can click on this drop down button and you will see six states over here. And we have all the manager stores here, correct? So we have for different zip codes we have different managers.